Alright guys, so here we are back at it again with another Boruto episode review for episode 54, I believe, Boruto and Sasuke. So I'm very happy that things in this episode sort of happened differently than they did in the movie, because of course that definitely means that the writers are going to be switching things up a bit, okay? Of course, if you're new here, I'm going to talk about what I liked and disliked about the episode, so with that said, let's get right into it. We got some information from Sasuke himself that he's going to be sort of in the village since the tuning exams. I also think that something that they didn't do in the... what's this thing called? Something that they didn't do in the Boruto movie is that Sasuke spent more time with his family. And as you guys saw in this episode, Sasuke went to go see... what's this thing called? Sarada and Sakura, or maybe he did that in the movie also, but maybe they didn't show it, or maybe I just forgot. I don't know. I just really thought that was pretty cool, since Sasuke doesn't really get to spend a lot of time with his family. Of course, we got to see sort of I guess you could say like a little bit of the battle between Sasuke and Momoshiki's brother, I believe. But other than that, that's basically pretty much it when it comes down to the Kaguya arc, because basically this episode was all about Boruto learning his, well, I guess you could say his own version of the Rasengan, because, like, I know Boruto's Rasengan is a Rasengan, but I've never really considered it a Rasengan since he basically throws it instead of, you know, dragging it to his enemies. But again, I know it's a Rasengan, okay? I just don't consider it as a Rasengan. Anyways, the point is, Boruto in this episode is basically training, you know, to do his, you know, Rasengan thingy. And then basically the point of this episode is that at the end he goes and he chooses the scientific ninja tool. And even though Sasuke basically notices this, he still accepts him as a student, which is honestly pretty cool. And that's pretty much it, guys, when it comes down to this Boruto episode review. That's basically all the cool stuff that I wanted to talk about that happened in this episode, since that's pretty much it. Not really a lot of crazy other stuff happened. I do want to point out though that I am looking forward to the next couple of episodes or so, since of course they are going to have some action. I hope that when we get the tuning exams that we get to see a lot of the tuning exams, and not just a little part, like a couple of parts of the tuning exams. From the looks of it, in the next episode that we're going to be getting in the Boruto series, it seems that some of the tailed beasts are going to talk to their Jinchuriki maybe, and maybe Killer Bee is going to get in a fight with Momoshiki and his brother. And from what I've seen when it comes down to the Boruto movie, I think B loses that fight. I'm honestly not sure. I don't really remember. I think he does lose that fight. And you know, I think in the movie they like extract the 8 tails from him, and I thought when you would extract a tailed beast from a Jinchuriki that they would basically die, and that didn't happen to be, apparently. I don't know. Anyways, that's pretty much it for my Boruto episode review this week. It's just a short one, but not a lot of stuff happened in this week's episode that we already knew about, and also not a lot of stuff to talk about in this episode as well. And as you guys know, I don't like dragging out Boruto episode reviews just for the sake of dragging them out. You guys know what I mean? See you guys in the next one, and tune in next week for another top quality Boruto episode review that isn't 10 minutes long and filled with bullshit.